I never expected to stand face to chest-plate with a warrior from the Vaeliri Dominion, let alone speak to one. They were legends, myths wrapped in living metal, giants said to stride through fire and crush human soldiers like insects. But none of the stories prepared me for the moment I looked up, the torchlight reflecting off a towering figure in midnight blue armor. Her helmet split open with a hiss, retracting into the curved plates of her suit. And then I saw her eyes, bright silver, sharp enough to carve through the dark. She studied me with a curiosity so intense it felt like a physical pressure. Then, in a voice that was supposed to terrify armies, she asked, "Why don't you fear me, human?" I swallowed hard. Maybe I should have been afraid. The other soldiers at Outpost Vaelin had run at the mere sight of her ship landing. I was the last maintenance tech left behind, because I was too slow to run, too bewildered to think, and too used to malfunctioning machinery to be impressed by a loud entrance. "I don't know," I said honestly. "Should I?" Her eyes widened slightly, surprise, annoyance, intrigue. I couldn't tell. A low hum rippled through her armor. A Vaeliri battle suit, always active, its living metal reacting to the warrior's emotions. She stepped closer. Her shadow swallowed me. The heat of her armor radiated like a furnace. "You see my size, my strength, my species, and you feel nothing?" she asked, lowering her head toward mine. "Oh, I feel something," I muttered. "Just, not fear." That was how it began. Beginning, the Queen's Scout. Her name was Rhyllara, Scout Captain of the Vaeliri, a rank given only to the most elite warriors. But titles meant nothing compared to her presence. When she removed the rest of her helmet, her hair, silver like forged mercury, spilled out. She looked almost human, except for the faint luminescent markings on her skin and the extra joint in her arms that made them move like liquid steel. I should have bowed, or saluted, or fainted anything that made sense. But instead, I blurted, "So, what brings a giant armored warrior to a busted human outpost?" Her expression shifted again. She wasn't used to questions. She was used to obedience. "My ship sustained damage," she said. "I detected your power grid. I require repairs." I exhaled. Machines I could handle. Colossal aliens, less so. "Right," I said. "I'll take a look." She followed me inside the hangar. The automatic doors barely cleared her shoulders. Even stripped of her helmet, she radiated authority. My tools felt tiny in comparison to her presence. Her ship, a sleek, obsidian craft with folded wings, sat like a wounded predator. I crouched beside the scorched engine vents. "Looks like a destabilized quantum coil," I said. "Easy fix." Rhyllara tilted her head. "That damage was enough to down a Dominion scout ship." "Yeah," I shrugged, "but humans crash worse stuff all the time. We're experts at breaking things." Her lips twitched. Was that a smile? Hard to tell. I worked while she watched like a hawk. Her armor adjusted its plates with quiet clicks, alive, sensing me. Every movement reminded me I was in the presence of a creature who could end me with one swipe. But she didn't. Instead, she asked questions. "You do not tremble. You do not avoid my eyes." "Why?" "Because fear's a bad mechanic," I said. "It makes your hands shake." She leaned down until her face was inches from mine. "Humans are strange." "Thanks." That time, I knew she smiled. The truth about her kind. The repair took longer than expected. The outpost's power fluctuated constantly, and Vaeliri tech was nothing like ours. While I worked inside the ship, Rhyllara sat nearby like a guardian statue watching the deserted outpost with narrowed eyes. She finally broke the silence. "What happened to your tribe?" "My tribe?" I laughed. "You mean the crew?" "They ran." "Thought you were invading." She frowned. If I intended invasion, your outpost would already be dust. Yeah, I figured. She turned toward me, expression unreadable. You truly believed I meant no harm? Did you? Instead of answering, she removed a piece of armor from her arm. A long scar, jagged and deep, ran down her forearm, glowing with faint bioluminescence. The Dominion sent me to scout your borders, she said. We were told humans are fragile, fearful, unpredictable. That's not entirely wrong. I was also told to eliminate any who attempted to capture or confront me. My stomach tightened. Eliminate her? Yes. She turned her arm toward me. But you did neither. So what do you usually do when someone doesn't follow your script? Rhyllara stood. Her full height, almost 8.5 feet, cast her in the light like a living monument. I learn, she said. And then she stepped closer and placed her armored hand gently, carefully, on my shoulder. You look at me, she murmured, as if I am merely a person. I looked up at her. A big person. But yeah. She inhaled sharply, as if my answer hit her harder than any weapon. You do not fear me, she repeated. Not even now. No, I said softly. I think you came here looking for more than repairs. Silence. Heavy. Charged. Finally, she spoke. My people judge worth by fear. If others fear you, you matter. If they tremble, you stand tall. The strongest rule. And you? I asked. Her voice cracked, not much, but enough. I am strong, but I am tired. Tired of towering only to be alone. Her helmet retracted fully, exposing her face, soft, stern, beautiful in a way that defied logic. You look at me with no terror, she whispered. Only honesty. And is that bad? No, she breathed. It is. Dangerous. The attack. Night fell over the outpost. I had just finished stabilizing her coil system when a warning signal blared across the hangar. Rhyllara rose instantly, armor sealing around her like a closing flower. What is it? I asked. Another Dominion ship, she said, voice sharp. Not one of mine. On the horizon, a second Vaeliri craft descended, larger, heavier, meant for capture. Why are they here? I asked. Rhylara's armor pulsed with alarm. They came for you, she said. They believe humans who show no fear hide other qualities, qualities the Dominion values. It hit me like ice. Wait, you mean they want to take me? To test you. To break you. To mine whatever strength your defiance hides. I blinked. That sounds incredibly unpleasant. Stay behind me, she ordered. Yeah, that part one don't argue with. The enemy ship landed hard, kicking up dust. Its ramp dropped, revealing 2 armored Vaeliri enforcers, taller than Rhyllara, bulkier, their armor etched with blood-red marks. Scout Captain Rhyllara, the lead enforcer, boomed. Stand aside. Rhyllara stepped in front of me, armor plates locking with a deep metallic growl. I refuse. This human belongs to the Dominion. He belongs to himself. They charged. The ground shook. Rhyllara met them head-on. Sparks exploded as armor clashed. The fight was a blur of impossible force. She moved with feral grace, faster than anything her size should achieve. One enforcer slammed her into a wall. I cried out. And she roared. Her armor flared with blinding light. She swung around, driving her fist into the enforcer's chest plate. The impact cracked the metal like glass. But the second warrior approached me. Rhyllara saw. No. She tore free and threw herself between us. The enforcer's blade sliced across her abdomen, leaving a searing wound glowing violet. I caught her as she staggered. Rhyllara, you're... Stay down, she growled, rising again, bleeding but relentless.